That's fine.
Yeah.
See how many people we got from downstairs.
You're alive. You can see that. That's where it's really addictive. They took a few off of each other.
I know how it works. Yes. Don't admit that. I do know.
Okay.
He's not really
That one there is that. That one is it.
Oh, I just
No, amazing, you know, I'm joining in the conversation. When you go to what age? Football. No, it should be about it. It's my position. Oh, that foundation. You look really slick. I'm going to do the local cheese I'm going to be down for a while. There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the nun you've been waiting for, the nun and only, Jerry Carroll as Sister Letizia. Virginity. Virginity being blown down. Man will quicklier be blown up. Marry it, blowing him down again, you lose your city. It's not politic in the commonwealth of nature to preserve virginity. Loss of virginity is rational increase. Never was virgin got till virginity was first lost. That you were made of is metal to make virgins. Virginity, by being once lost, may be 10 times found. Being ever kept, it is ever lost. It is too cold a companion. Away with it. There's little can be said in it. It is against the rule of nature. To speak in the part of virginity is to accuse your mothers, which is most infallible, disobedience. Virginity breeds mites, peas, consumes itself to the very pairing, and so dies with eating its own stomach. Virginity is peevish, proud, idle, made of self-love, which is the most inhibited sin in the canon. Keep it not, you cannot choose but lose by it. Within 10 years, it will make itself 10, which is a goodly increase, and the principle itself not much the worse. It as a commodity will lose the gloss of lying. Out with it, off with it while it is vendible. Virginity is like an old courtier who wears her cap out of fashion. Richly suited, but unsuitable. Your date is better in your pie and your porridge than in your cheeks. And your virginity, your old virginity, is like one of our French withered pears. It was formerly better. Mariette is a withered pear. Will you anything with it? My children, that was a piece by the great William Shakespeare. From All's Well That Ends Well, Act 1, Scene 1. And we have done it tonight because the great William Shakespeare had a connection with this very establishment. Before he turned to drama, Shakespeare worked in dance, and he was a teacher of interpretive dance in this very place. It was here that he wrote some of his famous scenes, some of which were later lost to history. This is the very place where, in the first production of Hamlet, the great speech, "Nobody putteth Ophelia in a corner," was first delivered. And it was from this very stage in the first production of Julius Caesar that the famous words, friends, Romans, countrymen, twerketh thine asses off, were first heard. It was also here that the original Romeo and Juliet was produced, and the great rave scene at the end, which was later dropped, because it saved. Sorry, are you okay? The rave scene at the end of Romeo and Juliet was dropped in order to save overtime for the actors. It was much cheaper to kill them all off before the end and leave only the sort of bit parts to mop up afterwards. Yeah, so, I am Sister Letizia. I like to keep myself fit. Or as we nuns call it, body of Christ ready. Right. Well, I don't know, but I've been told Father Murphy's got bowls with hairs of gold. Yeah, that's quite enough of that. And I'd like to thank you for laughing. I'm not actually a real comedian. I'm a community support comedian. If you laugh, I'm supposed to hold you and wait until a real comedian comes along. Yeah, so I am, as I say, a nun, a bride of Christ, married to the Lord. But let's talk about the courtship process. I met him on Tinder. I liked his profile. I preferred him to Muhammad. Well, I didn't actually go with any guys who didn't have a profile picture, so I didn't. Yeah. His interests on Tinder, they didn't look that interesting. You know, he was interested in saving, prayers, but he was interested in heaven. And I thought that would be an exciting place to go. That's the big gay club in Soho. Going out with him was okay, but we got a lot of grief from the bouncers. There was a lot of I don't care who your dad is, you're not getting in here wearing a dress. So we did end up going to heaven quite a lot. That was okay. Thing was, he changed a bit when we got married. He won't lift a finger around the house. Ask him to do anything, like, Jesus, can you put the bins out? Got holes in me fucking hands. Can you go down the shops for me? Holes in me fucking feet. He won't do a thing. It's terrible. But he's very popular at parties. We go to a party with him, and everyone comes up to him and, go on, Jesus, do the thing with the wine. Do the thing with the water. They all got their glasses of water there going, come on, Jesus, do it. And sometimes he does. I was going to do it here, but the management don't like me doing it because they lose profit if I turn the water into wine. So there is some that he made earlier, but it's downstairs. Ask for the Israeli vintage. This was a famous school of dancing, actually, this particular venue, after William Shakespeare's day. there was a woman called Fanny who took over in the 1800s, and she used to teach dancing here. She went to Devon and she picked up a dance called the Farkle, and it became very popular. In fact, to Farkle, like Fanny, was the greatest achievement that a young Brightonian of the 1890s could do. And if you don't believe me, it is still a thing. If you want to know, just walk up to anyone, especially around about this time of night, or after 11 or 12, say at a bus stop, and say, "Can you Farkle like Fanny?" And see what the reaction is. And of course they know about it, yes. Right, thank you for laughing. I'm not a real comedian. I'm a rail replacement comedian. Go all around the houses. Then I stop. Like a rail replacement comedian. Yes, I'm just like a rail replacement comedian. This is the bit that I'm particularly looking forward to. This bit, especially since I have in my esteemed audience, I have a rapper. Perhaps you'll help me out with what? What? No, those pages I've done. Okay. In front of a real rapper. Okay. I'll be your only nun. I'll be the one who'll care for you. I'll be your only nun. This is my comment. I'm the best nun here. Gotta tell you, I'm the Mother Superior. Throw some beats at me. I'm the best nun going, I'm the nun who can. I'll pop a cap in your ass if you tell me that I can. That's how it goes, isn't it, yeah? I'm the nun, but the nun and unstoppable. Get in my way, they just leave you rubble. I'm the nun expected, and I'm very well connected. I'll be your only nun. I'll be the one who'll care for you. Okay. Very kind of you. As my first long show, solo show, my first one nun show. Yay! Here's my favorite joke, not from this show, but from my very first stand-up set. My favorite joke was about the announcements that they make on the buses and the trains in London. And this one was that out at Hampstead they have a Freud museum, Sigmund Freud museum, and the announcement on the tube is, "This is Hampstead. A light here for the Freud museum. Mind the gap between the penis and the vagina." My very first step. My very first step in comedy was to do the famous Groucho Marx mirror scene, which people found very funny. Well, which was this. Groucho Marx does that for 5 minutes. And in that scene, from a film in 1931, he actually twerks. There's nothing new under the sun. And in that scene where he's facing someone who looks like him in what was a mirror, but it's been broken, and it's a real person. It's one of the other Marx brothers, and he keeps doing this to see if it's really a mirror, and the other guy keeps doing this. But one of the things that Groucho does is he twerks, and the other guy twerks at the same time. So he thinks it's really a mirror. Okay. Yes. The point of the nun was because I'm attempting to show something about 1952, the year I was born, and the nun would be the highest that my parents would aspire to had I been a girl. So that is quite serious. They would have wanted me to be a nun. They probably would have wanted me to be a priest, being not a girl. But there you go. No. All right. So. Right. Can I